Hey everyone, welcome back to Carrie's Thrifty Farmhouse. If you like decorating on a budget, you're in the right place. Today I'm excited to participate in the Sticky Tuesday challenge hosted by Yanni and Diane from Deco Easy and Kiki from Kiki DIYs. I'll link both of their channels in the description box below as well as the playlist for the challenge, so be sure to check their channels out and then follow the playlist to see what everyone comes up with. The only rule for the challenge is that I have to use glue in some way, and I think I came up with a fun and unique way to use it today. If you enjoy this video, I would love for you to like, comment, and hopefully subscribe so I can grow my channel. So with all the formalities out of the way, let's get started. Today I'm transitioning my mantle from my Jingle All the Way Christmas decor to a fun winter mantle with a little Valentine flair. I picked up 2 packs of these red plastic heart containers from Dollar Tree. They came in packs of 4, but one of my 8 hearts was broken, so I have 14 halves to work with for the project. Each of the containers had a little plastic loop at the top so that you could make them into necklaces, I think. So my first step is to remove those with my hot knife. This hot knife is a part of a wood burning kit that I got off of Amazon, but if you don't have one, you can use a regular snap blade and hold it under a flame for a few seconds to heat the knife and then melt the loops off that way. Next, I'm cleaning off this large picture I snagged at Volunteers of America. It was originally marked for $2.92, but because I went on half off day, I got it for just $1.46. It's about 2.5 feet wide and 3.5 feet tall, so it's the perfect size for a focal piece on my mantle. My goal is to make these hearts look like balloons floating off into the sky, so here you see me playing around with the placement, lining them up on the surface to get them exactly where I like them. Next, I'm using my ruler and a fine point Sharpie to draw lines where the strings for the balloons will be. The lines were pretty faint, but they served their purpose for marking where the hearts would go since I'd spent so much time on the placement. Then we took the hearts outside and my very helpful husband used spray paint to cover the hearts in white. It's still pretty cold here in Ohio, so we did bring them inside to dry. Spray paint is great for plastics because it adheres really well but provides a super uniform, smooth finish. While the hearts dried, I used my hot glue gun to draw the strings to my balloons. I have a pretty basic glue gun, so I was a little worried about the glue globbing in some spots. To prevent this, I held the glue gun about an inch from the surface of the glass so that gravity helped thin the line of the glue a bit. This mostly worked. There were definitely a few areas where the line was thicker in some spots, but not enough to be super noticeable, so I was fine with that. Next, it was time to paint the surface, including the glue lines, white. I used Rust-Oleum white linen chalk paint, but you can really use whatever you have on hand. Chalk paint does adhere a little better than regular acrylic craft paint, so if you plan to make this piece for a high traffic area, you'll definitely want to use chalk paint or prime first. It did take 2 coats to get good coverage. While the picture dried, I used the time to paint the hearts with my Martha Stewart silver paint. I had tried painting the red plastic directly with the silver paint earlier in the day, and it was far too sheer, so that's why I decided to give them a solid coverage first with the spray paint. We also had a bunch of spray paint from previous projects, and I just love this Martha Stewart silver paint, but it is a little pricey, so this was also a way to conserve the more expensive paint. Despite painting first, it still took 2 coats to get good coverage. Now it's time to glue the hearts to the surface. I used hot glue and I glued each heart on with a slight tilt to the right. I felt this created motion and gave the illusion that they were drifting off into the sky. Next, I used my finger to ever so slightly paint the glue strings with the same Martha Stewart silver paint. There were a few spots where I goofed and smudged a little of the paint, but it was easy to go back with a small paintbrush and touch up with the white paint. And here she is on my mantle. I just love how this turned out. I think it's the perfect Valentine flair for my living room without being in-your-face hearts and reds and pinks. It's more subtle, which I like, and it goes perfectly with the whites and silvers I have in my winter decor. Thanks for joining me today. If you found me from the Sticky Tuesday playlist, I'd love for you to stick around and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification button so you can stay up to date with my content. I have lots in store for this winter season that you won't want to miss, so stay tuned for that. See you next time. Bye.